Sky News can reveal the Northern Territory government will ignore the advice of a Royal Commission and build its new Youth Justice Centre at the site of the Darwin Adult Prison. Matt Cunningham joins me now with this exclusive story. And Matt, this facility to replace the notorious Don Dale Detention Centre, that was, of course, the problems there that sparked that Royal Commission. Why have they decided on this site now for the new centre?
Well, many reasons, David. This is the path of least resistance for the government. They actually did try to build this Youth Justice Centre at another site in the suburb of Pinelands, just on the outskirts of Darwin. They announced that basically with no consultation about 12 months ago, but that led to an enormous amount of community backlash. The businesses in the area and some local residents were furious about that decision. They said they weren't consulted about it whatsoever, and so then the government had to go back to the drawing board. But I did speak to one of those residents who led the campaign against that facility being put in the suburb of Pinelands today. His name's Owen Pike, and here's a bit of what he had to say about having that decision thrust on them about 12 months ago.
Ropeable, absolutely ropeable. Ropeable at government for not listening, community, industry groups for not listening. People have invested their livelihoods there, and the government disregarded that entirely.
David, the government eventually did listen. They backflipped on that plan to put that facility in that suburb of Pinelands. They went back to the drawing board. They basically then came up with two possible alternate locations for the facility. One was at the now disused Wickham Point Immigration Detention Centre, and the other was at Holtz, which is where the adult prison currently sits. Now, the Cabinet did meet last week, and I can confirm that the Cabinet decided that that location at Holtz, where the Darwin Correctional Centre was built a few years ago, will be the site of that new youth justice facility. Now, this decision, David, also won't be without controversy. That's because that Royal Commission you were talking about, the Royal Commission that was called into youth justice here in the Northern Territory after those allegations of abuse at the old Don Dale Detention Centre, well, it recommended that that new facility should not be built on the same premises or in the same area as an adult prison. The reasoning being that they didn't want kids to just think they were graduating from youth justice to the adult facility. So no doubt there will be some strong reaction to this decision. In fact, already there's been some strong reaction from youth justice advocates who are furious with the government that they have decided to take this path. But my understanding is that an announcement will be made as soon as tomorrow that the government will build that new youth detention centre at Holtz next to the Darwin Adult Prison.
That's good. They went to all the trouble of that Royal Commission then and ignored the recommendation. Matt, thank you very much for that.